Despite being riddled with injuries, the Charlotte Hornets managed to make the playoffs for the first time since the 2015-16 season. The Hornets have many reasons to feel optimistic about their future with the ascension of Lamelo Ball, the Hornets' nice young core, and their gained playoff experience. The next step will be building on that success through the draft, a key trade, free agency, and hopefully a clean bill of good health. In this video, we will go over who the Hornets should target in the upcoming NBA draft, how to use their ample cap space in free agency, which realistic trade they can make, and what the Hornets' realistic outlook is over the next 2 seasons. But before we jump into it, if you end up enjoying this video, hit the like button for me to help out my channel, and let me know in the comments section who you believe the Hornets should target this offseason. I do try and respond to most people. Okay, so let's get into it. As we all witnessed, the Hornets managed to snag a special talent in Lamelo Ball in last year's draft. The kid is a walking triple-double threat and positively impacts winning. His teammates love playing with him as he involves everyone on offense and helps them get high-efficiency shots. With continued improvement, Ball will be a perennial All-NBA player in this league. Now, the Gordon Hayward signing was deemed as a premature move and as an overpay for a veteran all-star at the end of his prime. But Hayward turned out to be a very nice signing. He had a positive impact on the young guys and was very productive before going down with injuries. Hayward averaged 19.6 points on an efficient 47.3% shooting from the field, 41.5% shooting from downtown, 5.9 rebounds, and 4.1 assists. The main concern with him will be, can he stay healthy going forward? The Hornets also have a nice core in addition to Lamelo Ball, some of whom will be free agents this year and next. PJ Washington, Devante Graham, Miles Bridges, and Malik Monk have all been productive and are still years away from their prime, with the exception of Devante Graham, who is 25 years old and closer to his prime years. These guys can all grow alongside Lamelo. The first order of business in terms of improving this team will be adding another nice young talent in the draft, as the Hornets are armed with the 11th pick in a loaded draft. The prospect who would be within range at 11 I'd like to see Mitch Kupchak target is Keon Johnson. Not only will he be a high upside prospect who would be drafted for his potential, but he could step in and help right away as well. Johnson's got elite athleticism, turning heads at the NBA draft combine. With his 48-inch max vertical, he's got a defense-first mentality and has the tools to be impactful in that respect in the NBA. I can see the Hornets putting him on the opposing team's best wing or guard, which the Hornets need. He is going to have to improve his handles and shooting as he develops, but he does have that promise as a shooter. He's also already dangerous as a cutter and will likely be a nightly lob threat playing next to Lamelo Ball and his next level playmaking. Next up is free agency, and Kupchak will have a lot of decisions to make. Devante Graham and Malik Monk are both restricted free agents, and the Hornets may need to choose to pay one or the other considering they have a logjam at that position. Also, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo are both unrestricted free agents whom the Hornets, in my opinion, should not bring back. I believe their first order of business needs to be bringing in some quality big men who are skilled and can play interior defense through trades and free agency. The first guy the Hornets should go after is the talented Richaun Holmes, who would be a perfect fit on this roster. Holmes can compete against any center in the league and would be a nice offensive threat from the post, in the pick and roll, and converts better than most on push shots. He is incredible at nailing those unorthodox floaters, and it makes him a legit offensive threat. Holmes brings much needed defense, will bring the Hornets more athleticism, rebounding, and would arm them with another lob threat. He'll simultaneously be a nice veteran presence and young enough to grow with the team as he's still just 27 years old. It's been reported that he will be seeking a 4-year, $80 million deal, but I think they could lock him in at $72 million across 4 years, which is a similar deal Domantas Sabonis got last offseason from the Pacers. Richaun Holmes is the perfect fit on this team, and Kupchak shouldn't hesitate going after him hard early in free agency. Next move will be going after Mitchell Robinson in a sign-and trade for Devante Graham. And the Knicks can do this by declining his team option, making him a restricted free agent, followed by giving him a new contract that matches up with Graham's. Devante Graham is talented, but the Hornets just don't really have need for him with the emergence of Lamelo Ball and Scary Terry's fantastic play. This will be a win for both teams. Graham will give the Knicks a promising young point guard who can create for himself and spread the floor, as he knocked down about 38% of his 8.7 three-point attempts, and will give the team flexibility as either a starter or a nice spark plug off the bench as a shooter and playmaker. From the Hornets' perspective, they fill a need at the center position and address their terrible rim protection with one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. Mitchell Robinson will also give the team much needed rebounding and finishing ability down low, as he is a super efficient player near the rim. He's got a lot of potential, but his value has gone down as a result of him battling injuries most of his career. But I do think the Hornets need to take that risk, because if he can stay healthy, this team will be deadly. I believe a 4-year deal somewhere in the ballpark of $54 million for both these guys can probably get it done. The Hornets' next order of business should be locking in Malik Monk. He's had a rocky start to his NBA career, but this year he's improved into a guy who knows his role as a productive player off the bench, especially as a shooter, and has proven when he's hot he can light up the scoreboard. I think the Hornets can realistically sign him on a 3-year deal worth roughly $40 million, which is about what Kyle Kuzma got from the Lakers. After locking them in, they can add some more depth at that center position by taking a flyer on the talented Harry Giles for that vet minimum. His career has been plagued by injuries, but the kid is productive when healthy and given the opportunity. There's a reason he was the highest rated prospect back in 2016, in a draft class that included Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, and Bam Adebayo. He's still just 23 years old and has room to grow and leave an impact. Giles can bring some athleticism, floor spacing, and is a really good passer for his position. If he can stay healthy, this would be a low-risk, high-reward, shrewd free agency acquisition. Danny Green is another guy they can bring in, as he will add leadership, championship experience, and 3-and-D production. He's still an effective perimeter defender and knocked down 40.5% of his 6.3 shots from long range. He would be a good addition to the team for that mid-level exception across 2 years, with that second year being a team option ideally. If the Hornets end up making these moves, they will have an exciting team next year, with a promising young core mixed with solid veteran leadership. With these improvements, I realistically see them winning roughly 48 to 50 games and securing maybe the 4th or 5th seed, and perhaps even advancing to the second round of the playoffs, but they would need to stay healthy. Now, once the 2022 offseason rolls around, they should keep building on their success by re-signing both Terry Rozier and Miles Bridges. If Rozier can be productive again in the 2021-22 season, he would be worth re-signing to a deal in the ballpark of what Fred VanVleet got at 4 years, $85 million. He can get you 20 points on any given night, can play together with Lamelo, can shoot the rock, is a reliable playmaker, and is one of the deadliest players in the league in crunch time minutes. He's also still in the beginning of his prime years as well. Now on to Miles Bridges, who is one of the key pieces of the Hornets' young core. He's a nightly lob threat, a solid defender, is super efficient from the field as well as from downtown, and is young enough to keep growing with this team. Depending on how much he improves next season, they can give him a new contract anywhere between what Jordan Clarkson got at 4 years, $54 million, or what OG Anunoby received from the Raptors at 4 years, $72 million. With another year of chemistry building, player development, and the continued ascension of Lamelo Ball, I can see this young Hornets team taking yet another leap, winning somewhere between 50 and 54 games and making some serious noise in the playoffs. This team has potential. Here's hoping Mitch Kupchak makes the right moves and the team stays healthy. What do you guys think should be the Hornets' building strategy? Let me know in the comments section. Again, I do try and respond to most people. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button to help out the channel and consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. Till the next one, guys, I'm out.